Plasticine, a brand of modeling clay, is a putty-like modeling material made from calcium salts, petroleum jelly and aliphatic acids. The name is a registered trademark of Flair Leisure Products plc. Plasticine is used extensively for children's play, but also as a modeling medium for more formal or permanent structures. Because of its non-drying property, it is a popular choice of material for stop-motion animation. The brand name clay is mentioned in music, such as the Plasticine Porters in Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds and the song Plasticine by Placebo. History: Plasticine was formulated by art teacher William Hubbard of Bathampton, in Bath, England, in 1897. He wanted a non-drying clay for his sculpture students. Although the exact composition is a secret, plasticine is composed of calcium salts, petroleum jelly, and long-chain aliphatic acids. It is non-toxic, sterile, soft, and malleable, and does not dry on exposure to air. It cannot be hardened by firing. It melts when exposed to heat, and is flammable at much higher temperatures. A patent was awarded in 1899, and in 1900 commercial production started at a factory in Bathampton. An improved formulation was patented in 1915. The original plasticine was grey, but the product initially sold to the public came in 4 colors. It was soon available in a wide variety of bright colors. Plasticine was popular with children, was widely used in schools for teaching art, and has found a wide variety of other uses. The Hubbard Company promoted plasticine as a children's toy by producing modeling kits in association with companies responsible for popular children's characters such as Noddy, the Mr. Men and Paddington Bear. The original plasticine factory was destroyed by fire in 1963 and replaced by a modern building. The Hubbard Company continued to produce plasticine in Bathampton until 1983, when production was moved to Thailand. From 1983 to 2006, the brand went through a number of ownership changes and was off the market for a long time. Plasticine was owned by Bluebird Toys plc following its acquisition of Hubbard's parent company, Peter Pan. Then, following Bluebird's takeover by Mattel in 1998, the brand was sold on to Humbrol Limited, famous for its model paints and owner of the Airfix model kit brand. In 2005, Flair Leisure licensed the brand from Humbrol and relaunched Plasticine. A year later, when Humbrol went into administration, Flair bought the Plasticine brand outright. Similar products a similar product, Kunstmodellathon, was invented by Franz Kolb of Munich, Germany in 1880. This product is still available, known as Ma 1/4 NCHNER Car 1/4 NSTLER Plastilin. In Italy, the product Pongo is also marketed as Plastilina, and shares the main attributes of plasticine. Uses: Plasticine and similar materials are often used in clay animation. One of its main proponents is Aardman Animation's Nick Park, who used characters modeled in plasticine in his Oscar-winning Wallace and Gromit short films A Grand Day Out, The Wrong Trousers and A Close Shave, as well as the feature film The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. This technique is popularly known as climation in the US, and is a form of stop-motion animation. Plasticine-like materials are appealing to animators because the material can be used with ease, it is moldable enough to create a character, flexible enough to allow that character to move in many ways, and dense enough to retain its shape easily when combined with a wire armature, and it does not melt under hot studio lighting. Plasticine-like clays are also used in commercial party games such as Cranium, Rapido and Barbarossa. Television presenter James May together with Chris Collins, Jane McAdam Freud, Julian Fuller Love and around 2,000 members of the public created a show garden made entirely of plasticine for the 2009 Chelsea Flower Show. Called Paradise in Plasticine, it took 6 weeks and 2.6 tons of plasticine in 24 colors to complete. May said, "This is, to our knowledge, the largest and most complex model of this type ever created. It couldn't be considered as part of the standard judging criteria as it contained no real plants, but was awarded an honorary gold award made from plasticine." The garden was extremely popular with the public and went on to win the Royal Horticultural Society Euro unregistered trademark as People's Choice for Best Small Garden. During World War II, plasticine was used by bomb disposal officers as part of the diffusing process for the German Type Y battery-powered bomb fuse. It was used to build a dam around the head of the fuse, into which liquid oxygen was poured to cool the battery down to -20 degrees Celsius, at which temperature it would no longer function, enabling the fuse to be safely removed. Athletics officials in high-level long jump and triple jump competitions use plasticine to help determine if the competitors are making legal jumps. A 10 cm strip of plasticine is placed beyond the takeoff line. If an athlete leaves a mark in the plasticine, it is considered proof that the jump was a foul and the attempt is not measured. When tuning an engine for higher performance, different pistons and higher lift camshafts are often installed. This creates a risk that the valves might strike the piston, causing serious damage. To measure the valve-to-piston clearance, a piece of plasticine can be put on top of a piston, the cylinder head replaced, and the engine rotated manually through a full cycle. After removing the cylinder head, the valves will have made an impression in the plasticine. The thickness of this impression is measured to give the valve-to-piston clearance. See also, milliput, plastilina, Sculpey, Play-Doh. References. External links, photos tagged plasticine on FLICKR.